What's up, guys? It's global counter-site patch notes for May 3rd, 2023. So let's go over the quick news first. There will be OST actually coming out to Steam, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's paid. I'm assuming it's free since it's on. Also, they've been putting OST on their YouTube channel, so it's very cool because I really like OST in Counter-Strike. I think their music is actually pretty good, so I'll be happy to download it and have it on, on my playlist. So that's very nice. Other than that, we have summer skins coming. So we get the Lulu skin, the 1-2 skin, and as well as Carmen and Sheena summer skins. There's also some packs for binaries, golden and blue. So yeah, if you like any of those skins, then that's nice. I think this is the latest summer skin line, if I'm not mistaken. So from now on, hopefully, we'll be getting the same skins as Korea, like at the same time, I mean. We'll see. I don't think we're that far behind in terms of skins anymore, so that's cool. But okay, on to the actual news then. So, like we talked about the preview video or the roadmap for May, we're getting the substream for the Lulu, the Moonless Night. The event shop looks pretty good actually. 10 prime rearmament data, which you will need because, well, we'll talk about Alex in a second, but Alex is here, and Gaion will be here as well, and Chinatsu most likely next month, latest in 2 months, I would say. So you'll need those prime datas for sure. So that's nice. There's 10 of them. I would definitely try to buy them first and foremost. After that, it doesn't really matter too much. Like, the rest is pretty whatever. I guess most people will probably go for the blue binaries. That probably will be the number 2 here, and the rest is truly like whatever, right? Probably like ship comp coupons. Now, another one is the Escape from Nightmares event. So this is the very similar event to the last one we had, where you have 2 weeks, and each week has missions in it, and those missions will give you some materials and stamina, and after you complete all of them, you get the golden binaries and some quartz. So very, very similar to the last one. Just play the game pretty much, and then in like 2 weeks, make sure to check if if you're missing something that you usually don't do that often, to make sure you checked all of the event missions. Then we also have the Punchin, and Punchin is actually pretty decent. 7,000 stamina. You have 2 rearmament data. You get 5 fusion cores as well for the blue binary, so pretty good for Punchin, honestly. Okay, onto the units. The reoccurring unit in terms of the awakened units is the Shinja. Now, Shinja is really good. Okay, she is definitely a must-have support. I would say she's probably higher prioritization than any like awakened DPS because she can support your whole team. So most likely you already have multiple good DPSs or good units, while she will support all of them and make them even stronger. So she's kind of like amplification to all of your units. So the value on her is definitely high. I would recommend getting her. Just keep in mind that, like I said before, in a few months we'll be getting a lot of very good awakened units. most of them being like DPS or like, you know, bruiser units. So, you know, if you will have to make the choice for yourself, basically, if you want to pull on her or you want to save for the future units. Like overall, I recommend the support more because again, she can support everyone. So even with different DPS, like she still can be used and she will still support your team. So yeah, up to you. She's definitely a must-have in pretty much any raid content or co-op boss. Like she's everywhere in those contents. In normal missions, she still can be used for sure. Though because she's kind of expensive, you know, in like story and stuff, I usually personally don't really use her much. I usually just, you know, use cheaper support if I have to, something like Hansorim, more often than not. But yeah, she's good. Just keep in mind there's a lot of other good stuff coming in the future. So plus the collab that's coming in June also is Awakened unit, and we don't know yet if we'll have to actually pull for her or they will be doing some alternative ways to get her. Pretty sure the Korea had to pull for her, so if you want the Karen, then yeah, you'll have to make that decision. Now, for the SSR units, a new unit got added, Lulu. Very cool waifu, but unfortunately not that great of a unit. She's all about countering sleep and inflicting sleep from what I read. And unfortunately sleep is not really relevant in PvE at all. The only relevance is in PvP, but even in PvP I saw she's not really used or that strong. Though she's only 2 costs, so I feel like you can't really go wrong with her in PvP for 2 costs. Like, why not? That's pretty cheap. But yeah, there is no like high priority on her whatsoever, unless you're using her in a very specific way. Other than that, like, you know, I would only pull if she's your waifu and you want her to have in your lobby or something. The other thing is, again, I will be mentioning it every time. The collab is coming in June, so yeah, it's hard to recommend pulling on units right now until we actually know how acquiring of collab units will go. Remember, there will be a new collab unit, plus the ones that already are out in Korea will get some kind of buffs. So even though you might go and look at those units and be like, well, all of them are pretty bad except one unit, Milim, I think. Well, that might not be the case whenever the collab happens. So again, if you want to be on the safe side and not, you know, waste your pools and miss on limited collab units, then I would just wait. You might get her on rerun banner or you know, just from random pulls. Like, I've been getting a lot of units that I didn't pull for from just random banners, or like random pulls on regular banners. Okay, well, on to the next unit, Carmen. It's funny because I would say Carmen is definitely a must-have, but right now in this specific situation, it will depend, honestly, if you should be pulling for her. Ask yourself if you care about the collab units that are coming next month. Also, ask yourself, do you need that healer, or do you have other ways to heal? And another question is, the Rearm Chinatsu is extremely broken unit, extremely broken healer, and I feel like Carmen got kind of power crept by her, because from what I've seen, she got dropped in ratings for PvE, which to me just suggests that kind of Chinatsu just overshadowed literally every other support and healer in the game, and she became like, you know, the queen of healing. So every other unit is literally not needed because of that. So yeah, her use definitely got dropped. I don't know if people are even running her in raids anymore, to be honest. So those are the questions you have to ask yourself. Do you need her right now? Do you have other healers available? Do you care about the collab? Because Chinatsu is common, and she, if we're lucky, next month we might get her. If not, then I would say 2 months tops. She should be out. So, but most likely the way I see it is probably we'll get Revet and Chinatsu next month. Probably. We'll see. I might be wrong, but I've been pretty right on a lot of things. So I feel like, again, next month, most likely, if not, worst case, in 2 months. So I would wait, honestly, because most likely you already have Chinatsu, and so then you don't have to pull. You can save your pulls for collab units, and Chinatsu is way stronger too, so you're getting a better unit. So if you can just hold out a little longer, you'll be able to just get Chinatsu. The only thing is, they have resources to rearm her immediately when her rearm comes, right? So if you don't, then definitely start saving. Again, like I said, with the rearm data, that will come in handy. Start gathering it, because she's common. Okay, next unit is Sheena. Now Sheena is not great, so definitely skip. Good waifu though. I actually have her, and I have her 110 because I like the unit, but she's not great. I used her actually a few times here and there because she's only 2 cost. So if any like challenge or whatever required me to use low cost unit, I slotted her in and she did fine. There was actually one time I used her in PvP. It was for 1 week. She was up, and I think Orochi was up as well, by 1. So she was cost 1 and Orochi was cost 3. And it was like, I think like a month ago or so, and it felt good. Like, I use both of them because I have both of them at 110, and my Orochi is also fully imprinted. So it was actually like, well, actually, is she fully imprinted? Maybe she's almost fully imprinted. Yeah, she's 5 out of 6 imprints. But yeah, that week I was like destroying the PvP with 2 of them up. And yeah, it just felt good. It was the best week on auto ranked I had. So, but as a unit though, not really worth pulling for. Okay, on to the last one, I think. Alex. So Alex is on banner, and the reason why she's on banner is because she just got her rearm. Now, Alex rearm, definitely very strong. Okay, very strong, and I would definitely recommend getting her if you have the resources. If you don't have the resources, well, you have tough times, because you have rearm Alex, you have rearm Gaion coming this month, probably in like 2 weeks, I would assume. And then you probably have rearm Chinatsu next month or 2 months from now. So you have a lot of like high priority rearms. I guess out of all of them, the least important one is Gaion. I feel like, to me, Gaion is just like a luxury. If you can afford it, then sure. But if you can't, then it's not that big of a deal. But the other two are definitely must-haves, and I would actually say that Chinatsu is probably higher priority, because she can heal and her heals are absurd. And the tankiness as well, like she just provides so fucking much that yeah, I would recommend probably Chinatsu. I was very stoked for Rearm Alex because I didn't have a good defender set up. My Seraphel is not 110. I've been using the Awakened Hilde, but she's 6 cost and doesn't really do anything other than just tank, so I needed an actual defender, because for tanking I've been using the strikers mostly. You know, the Rearmed Esterosa and Rearmed Orca, those two. But obviously snipers completely fucked them, so I needed like an actual good defender instead. So yeah, I've been waiting for Alex for a long time, and she's great. If you want to hear more about her, I talked about her more in last video. The TLDR is she does decent damage for defender. She buffs strips, she detects stealths, and she provides healing reduction on enemies. So she like provides a lot of things, and she's very tanky on top of it. And she's also low cost because she's only 3 cost unit, so super worth it. But you'll have to make decision if you want her or Chinatsu if you don't have enough data and you're struggling with resources. That you will have to make on your own. What I'll say is the Chinatsu feel like is irreplaceable because of like how much she provides. Alex, you can replace her with other defenders. Sure, they won't be as good as her, but I feel like there's a bigger difference between Chinatsu, Rearm, and the rest healers versus Alex and other defenders. So I would say Chinatsu is higher priority, but again, that will depend on your account and what you want. So up to you. Now the challenge stage returns for the Fallen Hawk. Now from the items, I actually did farm that stage last time we had it up because I wanted to see the Rosaria gear, and I like it. I actually like the Rosaria gear a lot because you can get double anti-ground damage on it, so main stat and sub stat. So the piece itself gives me right now, let's see, just to verify it quickly, the piece gives me 18.3% anti-ground damage on both stats, which in total gives me 36.6 anti-ground damage on one piece, which is pretty fucking absurd. I like it. Is it a must-have? No, it's not a must-have, but if you like using Rosaria, you like her as a unit, I would definitely consider farming for her exclusive equipment. It's very good. It's one of the best ones I've seen, honestly. Probably the best one. I don't think I've seen a better one yet, so... well, I guess minus the obvious ones, like Yukinosora, or Xiaolin. So, but yeah, very, very good. Now the Alex one, I am actually not too sure about it, to be honest, because her unique equipment is honestly not too bad. Like, you have main stat attack speed, and then on substat you can get the anti-ground damage res. So and because she gets barrier, like with auto attacks, the faster she auto attacks, the like more stacks she gets on her barrier stuff. So it's actually good. It's actually good. Like, if you like her, you could probably get her exclusive gear. Granted, this is more for, I think, PvP focuses than PvE focuses than PvP. In PvP, you want to get like as much defenses as possible, but in PvE, because of how scaling works, and the systems work, you don't really need much anti-ground damage res, like at all, because she has 61% defense by default, and the cap is 80% in PvE, meaning you only need 19 anti-ground res, so you can get pretty much that just from the case, right? You get 14, I think it's 15 on tier 7 mace case, so you're only missing 4%, and you can get that 4 from just running the inhibitor hands. You'll have overall like 30 something, so you're already overcapping for PvE purposes, and you can get then the anti-crit res on both mace case and on the hands, and that way you can hit the 50%, which is also needed for PvE purposes. And after that, like, your accessories don't really matter. You can go full damage on accessories, because you cannot really get more tanky than that because of how caps work. So attack speed is probably preferable, honestly, on both accessories at that point. And yeah, but it's just a little awkward because, you know, it's very specific gear, and you usually want to craft general gear for characters. So yeah, so again, like, if you get it, it's not bad if you get her exclusive equipment, because you definitely could try utilize it into her for PvE. But again, only for PvE, because in PvP the enemy units will have anti-ground damage, and they will have crit rates and so on, and then it actually matters for you to get more tanky. You need to have more than 80% defense or like resistance to specific damage. You want to have it as high as possible, because you have to offset the bonus damage from the enemies. So that is only for PvE specific. That's why it's kind of hard to recommend overall. Alright, on to the next thing. The consortium co-op battle is up. We're getting warm again. I'm a little confused because I could have sworn that we were getting the new boss now. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it's not this week. Maybe it's like next week or something. So yeah, I guess we just wait. So far everything seems to be the same. So I'm not sure when the new stuff comes. Maybe next week or in 2 weeks. I'm assuming this month though has to happen. So we'll just wait. Other than that, just some improvements and small bug fixes, and 2 units got added to the general pool. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for the news. Yeah, just make decisions with those units, because yeah, there's a lot of goodies coming, and you'll have to play it smart with the resources. At the end of the day though, pull and you know, gear out the units that you like, basically. I don't think you need to have everything that's top of the line best, unless that's what you're going for. But yeah, just play the fun. Alright, that's it from me, and until I see you next time, guys, peace.